What up? What up? What up? Hey everybody. It's like 7, quarter to 8 at night. Life's getting busy, but got to do some maintenance on this edger over here. Sucks, man. It crapped out on us on a job when we had to get a first initial edge done, and totally took a crap on us. I guess what happened, I don't really know what happened yet, but the edger just like started, you'd pull the throttle, it would start for a little bit, and sometimes it would shut off on you, and then you'd pull the throttle and the blade wouldn't even spin. It would spin really, 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 really slow. So, did a little bit of research on YouTube, kind of found some other people who posted some maintenance videos, and I think I have a general idea of what the problem is, but don't exactly know what the problem is. So we're going to dig in here, pull this thing apart, and find out if it is in fact the carburetor, which I think it is, because there was someone, like I said, with a video, and they had to replace their carburetor, and it ended up working again. Then there was also where the dude just kind of had to turn like a couple screws and tighten the carburetor back onto the thing. So I'm hoping that's it, because that'll take like 7 seconds, and this thing will be back to working how it's supposed to. So of course, just like anything ever, it's never exactly the first thing you think it is. So this is my next option. This is still pretty simple, just a spark plug. That boy's burnt up, gross looking. So reading through the owner's manual, and it says a spark plug can cause it to not propel itself fully. And this thing's never been changed, as you might be able to tell. So, late night trips to the depot, having fun, let you guys know how this goes. So here's what we found. Found the spark plugs over here in Home Depot, and we've never changed the air filter. The air filter doesn't look too bad, but this is what we found. Little 3-in-1 packet here. It's got the air filter, spark plug, and a fuel filter. And the fuel filter in our edger might be, pretty bad too, so I might as well just pick that up to try and save me a trip. Just in case that's it too, if I plug the spark plug in and it doesn't work, But, got a new air filter, spark plug, and fuel filter. So, we're hoping that will solve it. I wish, man. I wish I solved the dang problem. Replaced the air filter, spark plug, and the fuel filter. Nothing. Just craps right out on us just like it did. One thing I found was the fuel vent thing. So there's no way you're going to be able to see it. It's way too dark. But so you can maybe see these tubes. Maybe see those tubes. So there's this other tube over here. It's not connected to anything. You can't see that, probably way too dark. See this tube had this thing on it, fuel vent thing, and well, what I noticed was that tube is ripped. It was ripped around that white piece that I just had, that fuel vent. So, my next thing that I'm going to do tomorrow morning, because it's really late and I'm tired. Tomorrow morning is I get to go find, those fuel line replacement things. Got to get some new fuel lines, and I'm going to pop them in there and get I think it comes with a fuel vent. But yeah, I'm going to pop those in there and hope it works. The last kind of thing that I would have to fix, if it's not that, would be the carburetor, and I can't find anything online about that, about replacing it. It only like cleaning it, but in the manual or whatever, it says you can either clean it or replace it, and I don't know. It's easier to replace it. I would just rather replace it. I don't want to fiddle around with cleaning it and then clean it all up and then have it still do the same thing if it is the carburetor. But going to bed, man. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go look up a bunch of YouTube videos and try to figure this shit out. Ah! Pissing me off, man. Pissing me off. Although, halfway decent learning experience because that engine, pretty much the same as a weed whacker engine. And I have not changed the air filter, the fuel filter, or the I can't even think straight right now. Fuck this. Oops. Sorry. I'm frustrated, can you tell? But yeah, man, I haven't done any of that. So that was, it's halfway decent experience right there is, I just kind of learned how to do some basic maintenance on the small engine for the edger and the weed whacker. But the edger is currently a problem and we're supposed to use it tomorrow. The string trimmer, we might be able to get away with the string trimmer, but I don't want to do that because it just stinks and it's a one-time job for this guy and it's kind of a landscape thing. His edge is actually pretty good, so I mean we might be able to get away with the string trimmer, but like I said, I don't want to do that. So tomorrow I gotta go get some of those fuel lines. Gotta get I think they said it was a 1025 hex screwdriver thing. Oh, I smell a skunk. Alright, man, I'm going inside. Catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. Early. What's going on, guys? Final update on the edger. So what happened was I changed the air filter, spark plug, fuel filter, fuel vent, fuel lines, and the carburetor. I didn't change it with a brand new carburetor, but we had this old weed whacker. And that thing fires up and throttles just fine. It's got just as much power in it as a brand new one. So we took that carburetor, because it's pretty much the same engine. It's not necessarily the same engine, but these parts right here, I mean, you can tell. After I show you, you'll be able to tell they're damn near identical, I mean, just identical. So I took the carburetor off of that weed whacker and threw it on that one because, like I said, that one throttles just fine and still having the same problem. So I've got three other options technically. Change the spark plug air arrestor or clean the cooling system. Okay, so those are my only two other options to hope that it works. And I've spent about 4 hours of labor now on this thing. So if I was a mechanic, what are we looking at here? 150, 200 bucks? So the book value of this thing, if you guys have any idea what that might be, it's only like $113. That's all it's worth to me. It's $113. I've already spent $40 on this thing, replacing it with the parts that I have replaced it with, and 4 hours of my labor. So guess what we're gonna go do, man? We're gonna go buy a new edger. I can't wait. So yeah, we're gonna go run to Home Depot, buy a new edger, and then, will we deal with this thing later? I don't know. It would be cool to have two edgers that are functional, but I just don't know, man. Like I said, I've already spent 4.5 hours on this thing. If I was a mechanic, that bill would be 150, 200 bucks. Plus the parts, $40, like I said. That's the cost of a brand new edger right there. So I'm done. I'm over it. Had a great time this morning and last night, as you guys saw. So I'm running to Home Depot and getting a new edger. That is how the edger story ends. Hope you guys are having a better day than this one. Have a good one.